TV talks about 140 ambassadors from around the world, and the IMF and the World Bank are arriving in Basra. They're saying for a historic event. That's where the ports are with the development project. They're saying to us this will link Iraq with international world. All these people are coming for a 3-day event. We did hear that the Iraqi dinar is trading and is in a trading range 4.00 to 4.20 in Iraq as an in-country rate now. Now our rates at the redemption center are totally different and much higher, our contract rate on the dinar in the redemption center only. I believe Iraq has revalued in country and budget, etc. past. We're just waiting for our turn, it's coming. Marks, I believe it has as well. Maybe that is why some of my best Iraqi contacts are not saying anything, but they suddenly have dollars, dinars. Sadoni gave a big speech and he talked about how very serious his government is about increasing the citizens' purchasing power. He said Iraq has reached a historical time for financial increase. He talked about how stable we are. Frank, now that he has told you again for the 9th time, allow me to say this to you, start your countdown. Why will Iraq become one of Trump's priorities in the coming period? Urgent quote, Trump is planning major changes in the Middle East region, and therefore the region is entering a new phase, and Iraq will be at the forefront of these changes in terms of the security and economic reality. UN mission, Iraq has proven to the world that it is capable of overcoming challenges and building the future. We sure hope it's this weekend. Things have sure gotten interesting. I got some reports from contacts in Iraq that they now have a lot more money than they used to have, but they won't say how or why, just that they have a lot more money than they had. They had told me they had expected to exchange sometime around Victory Day on December 10th. But they will not tell me where their sudden wealth has come from. I think things have started at the upper levels in Iraq. I am pretty excited. No, it's not going to jump to floating right away. That's not going to happen. They can't afford for the currency to crash. They can't afford for the economy to crash. It doesn't mean they're not going to get to a floating one sooner or later, but not right away. Those guys from the CBI say we don't need those auctions, they're bad. It's going to allow us to be able to control the market and remove the black market. Frank, you have security and stability. So many things converging is phenomenal. I think this is a time where that if you're not involved, and if you're just sitting on the sidelines and paying attention from afar, it's time to come on in, check it out, see what's happening. I am under NDA, so I cannot talk about specific platforms. What I can tell is that we are ready. We are ready, and Reno has been given the green light. This is official from what I have been told. This is from a person at the Redemption Center. Things are ready to roll, just get ready. Some people say banks are closed on Saturday and Sunday, but it does not matter, it goes through the QFS and it can go any day, banks open or not. QFS is open 24/7. It can be done on any day. This is it. It could happen today. We are going to have a Merry Christmas. There will be purchasing power. Article 12 means no restrictions. No sanctions. No auctions. All those equals no 30 notes. There's only one way for this to turn out. An unannounced visit, and a surprise landing in Baghdad. Blinken to al-Sudani, we are committed to supporting Iraq. Quote, Blinken referred to the pivotal role of Iraq, and stressed that it represents a key partner in the region, and the importance of consulting with it on the current developments witnessed in the region, and that the members of the international coalition are committed to the security, sovereignty and stability of Iraq. CBI on TV talking about the dollar auctions are bad, but as of today the CBI has started new mechanism for money transfers. Frank, this is monetary reform education, boom, 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 boom. With all the lies out there, the whole team is coming out and telling you Iraqi citizens, relax. Firefly, the salaries of October, November and December will be paid to the Kurds as soon as possible. Then they talked about a 15-day period that started on November the 28th in which the dollar auctions will end. That put the date as this Sunday the 15th. The currency markets in the Kurdistan region are witnessing remarkable changes with the sudden rise in the value of the Syrian pound against the Iraqi dinar, which sparked wide discussions among experts and traders about its causes and potential effects on the local market. After the fall of Bashar al-Assad's regime, the Syrian pound continues its recovery against other currencies, especially the US dollar, which declined by 18 to 20% during the past few days. Unscientific Rise Ismail Ibrahim, a currency trader in the dollar market in Sulaymaniyah, describes the current situation as chaotic, noting that the recent rise in the value of the Syrian pound has no scientific basis. He told Shafaq news agency, "This increase is due to the pumping of the Syrian pound by those who owned it in the past, and I do not think that the return of Syrian refugees to their areas has a significant impact on this increase." High demand and low supply behind the rise. Economist Ayman Hisham provides an economic analysis of this increase, explaining that the main reason is due to the shortage of available supply of the Syrian pound in the region's markets. He added to Shafaq news agency, "There is a great demand from citizens to buy the Syrian pound, which led to a sudden increase in its value, indicating that before the Syrian regime regained control over some areas, the price of 1 million Syrian pounds was only about 100,000 Iraqi dinars, but now it has reached 600,000 dinars, and has currently stabilized at 550,000 dinars as a result of the increasing demand." Hisham also reviewed an economic background that confirms the significant deterioration that the Syrian pound has suffered over the past decade, as it lost its value against the US dollar by 270 times between 2011 and 2023. He also pointed to reports from the World Bank, the United Nations and the International Monetary Fund that showed Syria's GDP had shrunk by more than 85% since 2011, reaching just $9 billion by 2023, with an additional 1.5% contraction expected this year. The interconnectedness of economy and politics in Syria. As for Jabbar Curran, the spokesman for the currency market in Sulaymaniyah, he focused on the close relationship between the political situation in Syria and the stability of the currency. He told Shafaq news agency, "The major political transformations that Syria may witness in the future, such as the formation of a new government or the fall of the current regime, may lead to a gradual improvement in the value of the currency, as happened in Iraq after the fall of Saddam Hussein's regime. If the political situation stabilizes and a government that includes all parties is formed, the Syrian economy may witness a gradual improvement, which will be positively reflected in the value of the Syrian currency. However, the current situation is still too early for the lira to stabilize," Curran added. Curran ruled out that the fluctuations of the Syrian pound would have a direct impact on other currencies, given its nature as a local currency, but he pointed out the possibility of its indirect impact on the prices of agricultural goods imported from Syria due to trade relations between the two countries.